So after I posted about my property in Ohio, a bunch of you guys slid up, DMing me, texting me, asking questions such as how and why. And I figured that if those people reached out to me, that there would be a lot more who were curious but didn't. So I'm gonna answer those questions, tell you about how I began my journey in Dayton, Ohio. But first, I'd like to welcome you guys to Wisdom Wednesdays. We're gonna have some fun and make you some money. My name is Rennie Thomas. I'm a real estate agent here in Fresno, California, and this is what I have for you guys this month. I'm gonna start my story off with where I first became interested in real estate investing, and that takes me all the way back to probably around fourth grade when I was playing baseball for now prominent real estate developer Terrence Frazier, who had a baseball club, CC, and at the end of the year he threw a party at his house for all of his players. And me and my mom, we showed up to his house, and it was one of the nicest houses I've ever seen. And so I asked my mom, I said, "Mom, what does he do to get all of this?" And she told me that he was a real estate investor. And ever since then, I had this bug in my ear and in my brain that I wanted to invest in real estate. Fast forward to my senior year of high school, I pretty much dropped everything and I had started going to meetups at Iron Key hosted by Jason Pritchard, where I would go and I would learn from real estate professionals here in the Central Valley and connect with them and learn what they do and really just start to take in everything and learn how to do it. It wasn't until like 3 years later, after countless YouTube videos, countless books, countless notes, that I actually decided to pull the trigger and take a step forward. I got my real estate license at the tail end of 2020, so I could build a solid foundation of knowledge revolving around the business. And as soon as I got access to the MLS, I started looking at multifamily deals here. And I figured out really quickly that Fresno wasn't the area that I wanted to invest long term in. I didn't see the numbers that I wanted to see or the returns that I had wanted to see. So I scratched my head and I thought, well, what can I do? So I scoured all of California, NorCal, SoCal, everything in between. And I still realized that I wasn't seeing the numbers that I wanted to see. And so I decided to take a look at out-of-state investing. And how I began that was I took the top 5 landlord-friendly states, and then I chose the top 5 cities in those 5 states. And then I hopped online, did some research, and five random multifamily units in each of those 5 cities, in each of those 5 states. And I ran numbers such as gross rent multiplier, price per door, and average cap rate. And I determined that out of all of those properties and cities, that Dayton, Ohio and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania were my top 2 favorite. And guys, this is a trip. I'm literally sitting on my couch doing this research, and I've come down to the top 2, and a commercial pops on to the TV. It's from the city of Dayton, Ohio, that says, "Come bring your business here. We're ready and we're wanting to financially and economically expand our city." And I thought, oh my God, if that's not a sign from God, then I don't know what is, because we all know that God sends messages through the TV. But I took that for what it was, and then I sat down and decided that Dayton, Ohio was the place that I was going to invest. After that, I had joined Facebook groups for Dayton, Ohio investors, and started asking people for referrals and such. And I stumbled across the name Jacob. And I contacted Jacob and I told him exactly what I was looking for. And he pretty much told me good luck. And I said, thanks, keep me in mind. And 2 days later, he calls me and says, "Hey, Rennie, I've got this property for you. It just came across my desk. Are you ready to pull the trigger?" I said, "Send me the financials. Let me check it out. I'll let you know in 30 minutes. Lo and behold, financials checked out. It was exactly what I was looking for. And I called him back and I said, "Jacob, write an offer." Well, that offer got accepted. 3 days later, I was on a flight to Dayton, Ohio. I did the full property walkthrough and inspection with the trusted inspector out there. I interviewed property management teams, and I really just made sure that I met and connected with everybody that would ensure my success out there in Dayton, Ohio. The property was a small little duplex, just a 2-1 on each side, and both tenants paying $650 a month and all utilities. So my expenses are pretty much as low as they can be, which makes cash flow really nice for me. Also, I interviewed 6 different insurance agents to make sure that I got the best quote for myself and my property, and I went from there. We closed in 14 days, and the rest is history. And it literally was a 2-week process, 3 years in the making. You know, real estate investing isn't just something that you wake up and decide one day, hey, I'm gonna do that. No, it takes a lot of hard work, and especially not out-of-state investing. If this is something that you wanna do, you wanna put your money in a tax-advantaged, cash flowing, secured asset like real estate, then I suggest you either study your ass off or you partner up with somebody like me who knows what they're doing and has a successful team built around them as well. If this is something that sounds like it interests you, shoot me a DM, shoot me a text message, and we'll get on a phone call and I'll run you through exactly what you're thinking and get a plan secured in mind. Don't wait until you feel like you have enough money to invest, because you and I, we can set up a long-term goal and see what that looks like for you. And the thing about Dayton, Ohio is that it's fairly cheap. It has a low barrier to entry and high cash flow. So it's the perfect starter market for anybody. I encourage you guys to reach out to me, please, if this is something that interests you. I hope you guys learned something new today. And as always, remember, real estate, Rennie.